Namaste. Sutra 1.17. वितर्क विचार आनंद अस्मिता अनुगमात संप्रज्ञातः. The definition of Samprajnata Samadhi is explained by Maharishi Patanjali in this sutra. Samadhi, the goal of yoga. It is the positive aspect. Let us understand what Maharishi is trying to explain in this sutra. What is Samprajnata Samadhi of the mind, of the chitta, whose fluctuations have been arrested by two methods? In the previous sutras, we understood the two methods. They were Abhyasa and Vairagya. Abhyasa mainly, which means practice, and Vairagya, which means detachment. When ultimate concentration is reached through these four things Maharishi speaks of: Vitarka, Vichara, Ananda, Asmita, the four types of awareness which develop, they help towards the Samprajnata Samadhi. Samadhi. There is a lot of misunderstanding about Samadhi. We may define Samadhi by saying that in that state the aspirant reaches at a pointless point of consciousness. It is to reach to the deepest level of consciousness where even the state of individuality does not function. Samadhi begins only once your consciousness has become free of the physical sphere. Let's understand these four: Vitarka, Vichara, Ananda, Asmita. Vitarka. So how are these four different types of awareness? Vitarka, analytical thinking, where you get to the crux of any situation, where you get to the base of any. Here you are in the Vitarka, it is a function of your intellect. You are thinking, you are reasoning it out. Here you are having this awareness where you reason out things, where you are going to have a logical explanation. Vichara. Vichar is more, type of reflective, more subtle analysis, where you practice more meditation, where you practice more manana chintana, deep reflection, where you practice more investigation, where there is more mental depth, where there is more refinement of your understanding and your experiences, where there is more subtlety. It's more acute. Asmita. Asmita is when you have experienced this through analytical thinking, through subtle thought processes, you reach a state of bliss. Then you understand, now I know who I am. That awareness of the Atman, the finer subtle form, is slowly coming. Yes, this is me, this is the Atman. I understand myself now. So the absolute bliss form, the form of realizing your blissful self comes, and your Ananda sthiti, the awareness, and which leads to the Asmita, where it is your I-ness, your individual self, your individuality. Here we may mention that the Manomaya, Vijnanamaya and the Anandamaya Kosha are involved. Atman is subtler and finer than all of this. It is pure consciousness, pure awareness. So, Anugamat. Anugamat means accompanied by or associated with. Samprajnat. absorption. Samadhi with prajna. The whole range of Samadhi is further classified. When we speak more about Samadhi, it is Sabija Samadhi, Nirbija Samadhi. Sabija is the lower state, Nirbija is the finer state. In Sabija Samadhi, we have basis or a content. In Sabija, the mind is fixed on a symbol, gross, subtle. There is pratyahar. In Nirbija, there is nothing. In the Nirbija Samadhi. So, the stages of Samprajnat Samadhi, very well explained by Maharshi. Vitarka, Vichara, Ananda, Asmita. Vitarka, like we understood the analytical thought process. Vichara, the subtle thought process, more of a it is more of an ideational level thought process. Ananda, mind becomes very subtle, is filled with sattva, the guna sattva, the joy feeling, the inner joy feeling, blissful feeling. Anand is experiential. There is always a very joyful feeling within. And asmita. So asmita is awareness, pure awareness of the total object, right to the subtlest level. So this is how these 4 stages of Samprajnat Samadhi are explained by Maharshi. Hope all of you have understood. Namaste.